wide angle pose is simply Virabhadrasana 2 in disguise, or like a variation on Virabhadrasana 2. So, and in fact, that's the way I recommend that you transition into it, is by establishing Virabhadrasana 2 before you actually make the move to go into the posture. Remember, there's 5 vinyasa positions. So the first one is a setup. So you angle the right leg out 90 degrees, the left foot in slightly, and reach through the arms. Externally rotate the front leg until the kneecap faces up, and then externally rotate the back leg till the kneecap faces forward. Okay, you're ready to go at that point. What will commonly happen is that you'll immediately, as you start bending the knee, you'll immediately start going over. Okay, and I'm not recommending that. I'm telling you to lunge, make a decisive lunge move into Warrior 2. Yes, like that. Okay, and so you cleanly establish that, and then you make your move. And so the reach out through the right arm and over on the diagonal through the top arm. Okay, and then when you come out, you return to Warrior 2. And notice when Shelley did that, do it again, there's absolutely no movement of that stance that you've created, the lunge stance. Okay, so one last thing that will tend to happen when you go into this pose, you'll tend to kind of collapse this leg down. Okay, so you're trying to maintain that integrity. And then the other thing that will happen is you'll over-rely on your bottom arm. Like, it's almost like you fall into that arm as you come into it. And so one way to work with not doing that, come up, is to go into it and only hover your hand. So she'll put it to the inside so you can see that hover. Just off the ground, so that you feel that your warrior stance is what's supporting your transition. Okay, come up to Warrior 2 and do it again. Yeah, so the hand doesn't actually touch, and then you can get the feeling of anchoring in your legs the whole time, when you set up, in your transition, and then when you're in your pose. And this back arm, you externally rotate it. Okay, so this feels like internal rotation, but it's actually external rotation. And then when you reach, it's a circling, arcing reach. So you're reaching back and out and up and over in a giant circle right in this side plane of the body. And then you come up by reaching in the same way in the side plane. We looked at the transition. Now let's look at what happens in the state of the asana, so where you stay. You're going for this kind of middle, this classic position. And there's certain criterion that you're trying for. So one is that this thigh is parallel to the ground with the knee vertical over the ankle. So that's your kind of clarity of your lunge. And the back leg is strong and kind of resisting the lunge and then stabilizing the position. Okay, then you are swinging your front leg knee to meet your front leg arm. So these are physically, boom, connected. And in order to do that, you have to swing the leg to meet the arm, and you have to have your arm very close to your hand. You have to have your arm very close to your foot. Okay, and then this line, as many joints as possible, so the ankle, the knee, the hip, all the way through the torso, the top shoulder, arm, it's all in the side plane of the body. Okay, so this is the side plane, is here. So as much as possible, everything is happening there, not like forward here or back off of it there. Here's the side plane that we were talking about. Okay, so the back leg, the actual torso, and the top arm, they're all in this plane. In that side plane, then, you are reaching through this top arm with the brilliance and an external rotation. So if you really followed it through, you would lead with the pinky and almost try to make your palm face up. And then the whole torso revolves any amount. Okay, so we looked at like what I'm calling the optimal position or the ideal, the classic. And it's very hard to achieve. And so there's various ways that you'll have to compromise to, as you work towards that ideal. Suppose you come into your pose and you find you can't get the thigh parallel to the ground. And what will often happen is you'll resist the lunge. That as you stay, your feeling will be like it's going out this way. But what you've got to do is make it go deepen your lunge as you're there, even if it doesn't come all the way down to parallel. Okay? And then another compromise is that keeping this feeling that the spine is ascending along the line with the back leg and the top arm is very hard to do with the hand pressed. So this is what will tend to happen, is the spine will start sloping down and you'll lose the top arm line, right? So you can go up on your fingertips and straighten the arm and then get that feeling of the underside waist lifting and lengthening, and you're working that skeletal line. And so this will also, going up on your fingertips, if you're tighter, the twist part is going to be very hard. So getting your upper body to lift enough to come into the side plane is really challenging, especially if you plant your hand. So plant the hand. So you don't want a position where you can't really rotate your chest. Go ahead, this way. Okay, so you can go up on your fingertips. That's one solution to kind of open the upper body up and be in the side plane. But if you're more mobile, you'll tend to go over here and actually overshoot it and turn it into a back bend. The remedy for that is to kind of close the upper body, to bring your chest and your head back the other way and your arm, and then twist. Okay, so one final little way to explore this is that you can do any posture with samastitihi arms. And so you'll set up your setup, so take the right leg out, the left foot in slightly, get ready, and with samastitihi arms, make your transition. So lunge into warrior two, and then make your spine do the Parsvakonasana move, and stay right there and work, so that you get the real feeling of the leg stance, and then the projecting the spine diagonally up and away and rotating.